You shut it out, but I can't hear a word you say. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but how your bullets make us say. Shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who have further to fall. Ghost town, haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, ricochet. You take your aim. Far away. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Stone heart, machine gun, firing at the ones who run. Stone heart, those bulletproof glass. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. You shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am
Good morning, Titanium. Da, 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 da. How's everybody doing this morning? Happy Friday. Today is the 20-something, maybe 20th. My dad's birthday. He was born in 1928. He'd have been something. I guess 98. Yeah. Hey, so ask me anything. Where are you at on your stuff, your content, your questions? What can I do to help you? We've been doing a lot of new content, new training. What's your questions? Oh, today's, yes, summer solstice. That's true. Yep. Today is the longest day, I think, right? Or is it half and half? I forget. So how can I be of best service? What are you doing to grow your business? How are you going to make $1,000 next week? How are you going to make $1,000 next week? What's the hiccup with your DMP? What's the thing that's driving your DMP? Come on, put some questions. These are for you. I have something that's coming out inside of the Nest program, Neurosquared Harmonics. It's gonna be pretty cool, and I would love for you guys to be the let's see, you're not guinea pigs because it's not trying it. I would love you to be the first movers. First movers. But what questions can I answer for you? What questions, comments, thoughts?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Good morning.
Well, that sounds exciting.
It is. It's yeah. If you go to SeanGMurphy.com/NES, you kind of see some teasers of it. So there's 4 catalysts, right? There's 4 personalities. And what I'm finding out is that it's not about, you're going to see a lot of this language. It's not about strategy, it's about signal. And we talk about state all the time. Well, your state comes from your signal, and your signal is your core vibration. And it's pretty much something that's wired into you. When you find your authentic signal, it's wired into you. You know this, Heather, from conversations with people working on them energetically. So
That sounds amazing. So is that tapping into that signal, the I'm going to call it the missing link?
you know, I don't want to say I think so, but I think so. Right? It's only taken me 50 years to figure it out. But I really, it's funny when, even as I'm building the content and crafting it, you really start to see what the signal is about. And of course, I'm using AI to help me build it. And I'm using science and going through research and some deep work and different things to really find out, because it started off with, why, if we know our personality, do we still struggle?
And that's exactly what I know that I need, because I, and we've talked about this before. I'll have these periods of what I call success.
Yep.
I want greater and greater levels of success. However, I will experience these periods of success, and then boom, the floor falls out, and I am
Signal is lost.
falling on my ass and having to, regroup, trying not to figure out, dwell on what just happened here, but pick up and then build. So, I want to be able to maintain and build, not build and crash and then have to build again.
And the challenge, and I say the challenge. So when you go to the website, you'll see 4 choices, and you get to pick where you're at. You get to pick the one and then click on it, and it takes you through it, asks you some questions, and it does some other things. There's going to be email, there's going to be video, there's going to be all this stuff. The challenge is it's who we think we are at the moment. And what will be uncovered is the authentic signal that has always been, where it takes a lot of finesse, is that when you find out your signal, you're going to go through the 4 stages. The fear of recognizing it, the sadness of, oh my God, I've never been authentic. Right? And that's enough to just quit. And then once you find out the frequency, your true signal, then it's, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Which then makes the whole challenge again of who's going to be jealous when you find your signal? Well, nobody.
Yeah, I've experienced that, and it's crushing.
And so now the question is that if the signal has always been, right? There's a phrase I'm searching in my mind. Always been, always will, never changing. When we find it, why is it so weak? Right? If we find our authentic signal, if we find the thing that is the thing, and it's always been and always will be, why is it so weak? It's our desire, it's our subconscious, it's our 100 million thoughts that says you can't be who you think you are, which is programming, which is the undoing. So when as this started to coalesce, which is why we absolutely have to have, right? So I call it neuro squared harmonics. And neuro squared harmonics is left ear, right ear, and center. And it's the challenge is that it's going to be easy to do, which also means it's what?
Easy not to
do. Because as you step into your authentic self, what's going to happen is that you may feel like you're turning into a witch on a broomstick because you're starting to learn the NO word, and you're starting to take authority back, accountability back, which is potentially going to scare the living bejeebies out of people. So part of this is being able to have the story, to be able to stand in the signal that actually vibrates and allows to vibrate, because when you're in your authentic self, everybody wants to be around you.
Bonus.
And the challenge is when you're your authentic self and everybody wants to be around you, two things happen. I'm not used to this, and they're not used to this. So now the wave starts, right? And people say, I want some of that. Well, the challenge is that if I like kitchen cacciatore, chicken cacciatore, doesn't mean I know how to cook it. But yet if everybody goes, ooh, I sat at your table and had your chicken cacciatore, which I ordered, can you teach me how to make it? And that's where the wheels fall off. It's as if people came and they sat down in front of your Noble Gas test tube super duper lymphatic cleaner and, oh my gosh, I want that. Teach me how to build my own. And most people are like, oh yeah, I could teach you how to build it. I own one. I teach you. No, you don't know how to build it. But because it seems so simple, like it shouldn't be really that hard. It's just a test tube with some neon gas in it. I don't know. Does that make sense?
It does, yes.
So what's shifting in your body? I felt the shift in your body.
Oh, I just heat building. Lots of heat building.
Okay, so who's building the heat? Is it, you know how sometimes the phrase, so this is the phrase that just came up, fight fire with fire. Is it trying to put the other fire out? Which fire is burning? Is it the core, or is it the other one looking to come extinguish?
No, it's the core.
Okay.
It's
So
core.
if
Yeah.
the core is burning, where was the spark? And awareness is all that's needed. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to, no description is necessary. I'm only looking for awareness.
Sure.
So do you see where the spark came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And was the spark already lit, or did the spark needed ignition?
Well, let's say that the pilot light was there.
Okay.
It just needed, yeah, a little
Okay, so now check the fuel source.
turning up.
Because it's easy to have a pilot going. For it to light the next flame, the fuel source needs to be sufficient.
Sure.
What's the fuel source?
Yeah, the fuel source is not.
Okay.
is-
So,
will be quickly burned up.
okay, so imagine you just ordered a new connection. And rather it being the little tank that you cook up from on a propane gas grill, the little 25-pound canister, imagine plugging into this outlet on the wall, this plug on the wall, this connection on the wall that is never ending and ceaseless.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
Right. And because it's connected to the universe, it has the ability to pull it from thin air, this source. So now what happens if the pilot light is heating up? Because you can get burned from a pilot light if you get close enough to it. You can see it, it's visible, you know it's on. There's a button, right? You know how sometimes you got to hold the button in
Yeah.
for the pilot light to heat up the sensor. It's called a thermocouple. And what it does is it changes the gas in there that actually expands the gas in the little thermocouple that's at the tip of the pilot light. And that thermocouple, when it expands, opens the valve to allow the fuel to kick in. What's the thing that you're needing to expand, that pressure needs to expand enough so that it holds open the fuel source, holds open the valve for the fuel source? There's an idea, there's a thought, there's a process you're currently working on that needs expansion, that if it expands, it opens up the source. Let me know when you know what that means.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what that means.
Okay. So now, if you hold the button in, if you allow it, it's only holding the button in. And the reason the button has resistance is because it wants to make sure this is what you want right now. Is this what you want right now? And the one that's resisting the answer is not the one should be answering it.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Yes. And so bring
Is it something I
infinity to
really
bring
want
infinity
right
bring
now?
infinity to the courtroom to answer it. Which, by the way, why do I hear him giggling?
Oh yeah, the answer is yes. It's
Okay.
the answer is yes, and the responsibility that comes with this is daunting.
Well, now wait a second. Daunting for who? Not for infinity.
Not for infinity.
No, it's daunting for the one who thinks you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Please ask that person to sit down. Please ask that energy to go sit down. They've been the protector. That's shame.
Yeah.
That's shame. It's simply shame.
Yeah.
Wait a second. So if we freeze frame this conversation and you're simply the reporter, and we now put all of these images up on the forensic board, right? We're going to go do a little analysis. The one who's limited thinks there's responsibility. The one who's infinite knows there's responsibility. Same responsibility, two sides of it. You have, every one of you, listen carefully, every one of you has a responsibility to your audience. They need you. There's somebody who needs you to be at your best version because it will help them repair, fix, take a forward step on their journey that no one else could give them that step, that push, that fix. So you have a responsibility. It's not a responsibility. You need to be responsible to them, not for them. The big responsibility is, well, what if they don't do it? Not my problem. Your authentic signal doesn't matter who's listening. Here's the other thing that's important about your authentic signal. It can be listened by the infinite. Whether one person hears your message or 10,000 people hear your message. Here's the important thing. This is downloading to me right now for every one of you. Whether one person hears it or 10,000 people hear it, the intensity of your signal is not required to be more for 10,000 than it is for one. It's kind of like a candle. As long as I have fuel source, I can light millions of candles and my candle never changes. Versus I have a bucket, and as soon as I give something out of the bucket, my bucket gets less. Be your signal, not your strategy.
Thank you.
What do you hear now?
uh, um, there's colorful language in it, so I'm not gonna repeat it here.
Okay, so that's not a typical outbound expression for you. Why did they use colorful language to bring you to this moment?
Pattern interrupt.
Okay, so this is new. Are you okay with new?
Yes.
Okay. Why did they why did they go to such an extreme for the pattern interrupt?
Grab my attention.
Okay. So if they had to, I'm using your words, if they had to grab your attention, what were you holding on to? What was
Old
your attention
story.
holding on to?
Old story.
Okay, so old story. So what happened to old story when they grabbed your attention?
It wasn't at the forefront of my mind.
Okay, so now that they grabbed your attention, they use colorful language. You have a choice. What's your choice? I don't know what your choices are, but you have a choice. What's your choice?
Well, the statement on your shirt, pursue better.
Okay, so where's your signal?
Where is my signal?
Yeah, where's your signal inside of you? Where is it emanating from? If we were to triangulate, right? They use in spy movies, triangulate the cellular thing. Let's go find them. We need at least 3 towers. So you have awareness, you have colorful language, you had laughter, you had old story. So we've now triangulated. Old story is here, pattern interrupt language is here, laughter is here. So somewhere is a focal point that laughter came from, that pattern interrupt colorful language came from, that awareness of old story came from, because they are not the signal. There's a point at which this all emanated from. Awareness of old story, awareness of pattern interrupt language, and awareness of laughter. Where's ground zero of this signal? Where's that at in your body? Where's it at in the universe? Where's it at in the room? Somewhere there's a point at which all of this awareness and conflict is emanating from. Yet at that point, it's perfect balance. Where's that point? Find that point. Ask to be given access to that point, internally, externally, somewhere. Edge of the universe, where's this point? Where's this place that all of your possibility exists?
It's in my head.
Okay. Where in your head? Front, back, left, right? Top of the head, lower of the head?
Back, back of my head toward the top.
Okay. So this is your primordial brain, right? The mammalian brain. This is your signal. Where's its source? What's it getting its energy from? And how do we turn up the signal? We meaning you.
Yeah, I get that.
I know.
The source is not coming to me.
Okay. So the one who sits in awareness now is choosing to avoid the solution, because if the solution is found, what happens to the one who's aware? If you can't find the source, who needs to keep looking? The one who can't find it. Do you ever look for your keys like for a day? My wallet used to be a bane of my existence. I'm putting it right here because I know I'm gonna find it, and I don't know if it walked. My wallet used to go missing for days, and it would draw so much of my attention until I said, it's someplace that whatever is next to it or in its environment, I need to focus on. And I was avoiding the thing I needed to focus on, but I was using the distraction of my wallet. Once that happened, my wallet's never missing for more than minutes now. Doesn't matter where I leave it. It's like, how the heck did it get there? Whatever it's next to is what I really needed to see.
Hmm.
So what happens if this distraction of I can't find the source goes away?
Well, there's infinite tapping into it.
Okay. And if you have access to the source of awareness, of creativity, of creatability, of accountability, I want you to feel the shift in your body of responsibility. Responsibility is still there. It's a different vibration.
Yeah.
You feel that shift?
Yeah.
That's signal. That's you adjusting, tuning into your signal. There's no fear. There's no doubt. There's a curiosity of, I wonder what this is going to look like. And that's called uncertainty. And in learning and in discovery, we have no significance until what was learned is either needed more of or needed less of. That's where the significance comes in. If we arrive in certainty and significance, we can never see the uncertain and learn of what true significance is. That's your signal.
Wow.
Radio station puts out its power, sends out its 100,000 watts, bumps into a tree. Does it stop you from getting the signal?
No.
Hits a car and bounces off a car and goes back towards the sending signal. Does it keep you from getting your signal? No, because there's enough waves. There's enough waves of the signal. There's enough strength of the signal. It goes through walls, bounces off of trees, bounces off of the ground, bounces off of the clouds. We get one signal, we get 1 hertz, one vibration, one little wave going, and it first time it bounces into something, we're like, oh my God, are you okay? Did I upset you? I'm sorry, you got my signal. What do we say? What do we say when we have uh, uh, a total disconnection between what somebody was saying and what we understood? Our wires
Crossed.
got crossed. We know this is all frequency. We've used the language for centuries. Our wires got crossed. What happens if our wires uncross? And this is why it's so important. Our state, our signal, when we find our true signal, it becomes a lighthouse for people. And it truly means when you find your signal, are you ready for the love? Love of self, love of others. Maslow's phrase of be independent of the good opinion of other people. Because when you do the hero's journey, answer the call, the next thing. Number one, answer the call. I'm going on my hero's journey. What's the next thing? Refusal of the call. You access your signal. The one hertz, the one vibration bounces out, pisses somebody off because it's not the signal they're used to. They're used to your whiny, complaining, I'm not enough. Why you're breaking pattern with them. And because they're the ones closest to you in proximity, maybe in relationship, maybe in a variety of things, they're so used to your non-true signal that when you find your authentic self, it's like, who the hell are you doing? I'm just being me.
I like that.
Right? That's why the phrase "you're never a prophet in your own land" is meaning your authentic signal smells like crap to those closest to you. Because you're breaking out of the patterns.
And breaking out of their conditioning.
Well, and it's literally, there's no breaking involved because they still have their conditioning.
Well, breaking out.
No, I know. I'm just.
Gotcha.
It's not that because if we break out, it's like we're escaping from something. Remember, we are not having to do anything more. This is simply chippy away, undo all of the signals. Do you know how hard it is to have two conversations at once? I mean, literally. Well,
yes.
Our brain takes in 20 million bits of data per second. We're conscious of 40 of them. On average, 20 million bits of data coming into your body. It's no wonder we're stressed because we're constantly in this survival mode. We're conscious of 40, and then all of a sudden we have somebody talking to us on the phone. Listen, have you ever had somebody you're talking to somebody on the phone, somebody else tries talking, you go, wait a minute, I'm talking on the phone. It's like, you think you can multitask, genius? You can't even talk to two people at once. We cannot multitask. Impossible. We can do a bunch of tasks and we keep drifting. When you find your true signal, there's no more multitasking. It's starting to kick in. I can feel it. When you find your true signal, there's no multitasking. You go to the bathroom, in your signal. You go heal somebody, in your signal. You turn on your machine and send clouds away, in your signal. Everything is done in your signal. Mom, in your signal. Spouse, in your signal. Ex-spouse, in your signal. When you're in your signal, there is no other label. There is no other stress when you're in your signal. The stress is when you're not in your signal. Oh, I got to go to the party. I got to be the head of the PTA. Okay. I gotta go. Oh, I gotta go to my sister's house. Right. Or I gotta go to my sister's house. Yeah. What? When you're in your signal, there are no other labels. And you become indescribable. Because how can you be all things in one thing? It's called omnipresent.
That is lovely.
Now, check, see if the signal's the same place. The source. Back top.
Actually, no, it has moved. It's moved. And
Shocking.
the
I'm so surprised.
yeah,
Where's it at now?
it's actually coming in from the top of my head, like from the crown chakra,
Okay.
feeding from somewhere else.
So the visual of connection, is it a single column? Is it multiple little strands coming in? Is it a light coming in? What do you feel? Is it a vibrational sound coming in? What's the connection that's coming in through the crown?
It's a light. It's
Okay.
a column of light.
Okay. How far into the universe does it extend?
I can't see.
Okay. So would it be fair to say that it's, if the source of, if the light that's connecting to you is emanating light out, right? It's not just coming in, because you can see the column, yes?
Yes.
And so whether it's an inch above your head or 100 miles above your head, that light is emanating. Follow me?
Yes.
So if it's emanating, this is all downloading, so hang on with me, buckle up. If this is the column of light and it's emanating light out, that means it's illuminating stuff, yes?
Yes.
So for every centimeter that it goes up, for every inch, mile, or however much it goes up, it is emanating light out. Which means that if it's emanating light out to this unending place of beginning, it can also draw in. So would it be fair to say that if you allow this to move into you, now your body is changing energy frequency again? What's it doing?
I'm tingly all over.
Okay.
I'm just
So now,
tingling.
now that it's emanating the light up, a source coming from a source that's infinite somewhere in space, traveling at the speed of light, so it could be light years away where it's emanating from. It's illuminating out, which means it can also draw in frequency, similar frequency. So now if this light is coming from not only a starting point, like a garden hose hooked up to a faucet, imagine the garden hose now being able to absorb all of the things from everywhere that it's transfixed and moving through space and time, that it's pulling in everything from history and everything from future that's necessary for you to step in, that no answer is unanswerable. No question is unanswerable. What shifts in your body now with that awareness? That you have access to all that's been and all that will be in the now.
Well, it's silly to think otherwise.
And so now you have what some people may call arrogance, which is called confidence. And that is a very, it's when you cross over into confidence, there's no need to be confident. Do you feel that shift?
Yes.
It's a knowing. Arrogance is, I think I know, and you're wrong. Confidence is knowing, I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
Your uh your minimal awareness, my source said your insignificant awareness. So I tried to soften it up. I shouldn't do that. Your insignificant awareness of my awareness doesn't require me to turn down my light. I'll simply be here to continue to illuminate so you can find your own awareness. My light is not for you. My light is for you to guide you. That's a shift.
Yes, it is.
My light is for me, not for you. My light lets you see the stumbling blocks in your own way where you can decide to get over them. But if you step into my light thinking that it's yours, you still have a shadow. You have no shadow, no doubt when you're standing in your own light.
Bonus.
And when you, and here's where the fear comes in. Anybody in your light, you think you have to fix their shadow. I don't have to fix your shadow. That's your shadow. Because if you stand in front of me, your shadow's behind you. You stand behind me, it's in front of you. I don't know what to tell you. It's your shadow. Don't yell at me because your shadow's so big. Get closer to me. Turn on your own light. Turn on your heart light. So where was the release that just happened?
It was everywhere.
Okay. This is your signal. Sometimes when we feel it for the first time, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't know what to do with this.
Exactly. Exactly.
So-
This is new. It is so strange how it's comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time.
And the thing is that it is so comfortable. I have some wonderful opportunities for my back to be able to stretch. Sometimes it's hard to just lay down flat on the floor because you're not used to ever just laying flat. And then when you start to relax, you feel the pain. When your spine starts to settle in and the flexors, whatever they are, I don't know what I'm talking. Sounds like I know what I'm talking, but the flexors are holding on, and this hip and that hip and this. And when you just relax that, it's like, ow. Can you imagine that it's actually painful to become relaxed?
Well, yes, I can. Yes.
I know you can. How cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is that?
Yeah.
So now the key is, how do we learn to live in a relaxed state? Where in the world did that ever get wired in? That us in our true state, our most relaxed, performative state of effortlessness, was that wrong, uncomfortable, and intimidating? Because somewhere we all signed an agreement that said, if you don't talk about my shortcomings, I won't talk about yours. If you don't talk about my lack, I won't talk about yours. And then when you realize you are infinite in source and nature and have access to this, shame shows up in the language of others saying, oh, aren't you special? You think you're better than me? No, You think I'm better than you. That's your problem, not mine. I don't get paid to think. If you're thinking, I choose other things to think about. Thoughts, comments, takeaway.
Oh, this was very eye-opening. Very eye-opening this morning.
And yet you were always in the place to view it.
Yep.
Isn't that that's the
Yep.
part I hope everybody gets. You didn't have to become something else to see all of this. You simply became aware of it because your light started shining. Oh, that smell is me. I didn't. Holy mackerel! All this bullshit. It's me. Yeah, pretty much.
It's like you took my glasses off and cleaned them for me, and you put them back on.
Claret and clear.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah.
And here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. There's a few more layers.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. And that's when it becomes, oh, wow. So if I do become present, I can be a present. And now all of a sudden, your vibe, here's the thing, your vibe creates your tribe. Man, these new people start showing up in my life. There's hearing your signal for the first time. This is what's called a psychographic, not a demographic. So when you find your signal, you will find dogs love you more and people love you more. And birds show up and everything starts. Ants will build little happy birthday cakes outside for you. I don't know. There's just going to be just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Wonderful things happen.
And that's available now at Nest?
It's available. Yeah, well, it's in the process. This is the philosophy behind it. It's about how to undo by not doing, by not having to go do more, simply by accessing your authentic signal. And this is where it's going to take repetition, listening often, because the old patterns are in there. There's been 3 or 4 things that have happened already that were significant enough during this conversation to want to trigger you back out of this awareness.
Oh, sure.
Right? And so that is the old signal that feels threatened, and we wind up in the fight or flight, which is shame. And shame shows up as the warm, cuddly blanket on a cool night, wanting to wrap you in this thing to keep you from being exposed to your truth. Oh, don't worry about that. I got you. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, that was just temporary. That was just, I don't know what the hell that was. And we wind up talking ourselves out of our signal. Your phone will ring going, what the hell do they want? Oh my God, are you kidding me? I was just, I got to deal with this. No, you don't. There is no dealing when you're in your signal. There's only being. Well, isn't that fascinating? Let's see what they have to say. And then when you shift your signal, it's, oh, they really didn't want what I thought they wanted. And those of biggest influence seem to show up. And because we've identified them and given them a label of influential in our life, whenever they show up, we become influenceable by their influential, and we wind up listening to their signal versus our signal. Isn't it cuckoo?
It is.
And we wind up going from being a sender to a receiver. And it's not about doing certain things, it's about doing things in a certain way. And you receive their vibration because you want to be in harmony with them, which takes you out of your peace.
And creates a whole cascade of other things.
And they don't even want to be there. So you reflect back to them what they're reflecting to you, and then argument happens. And you're like, this shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
And if you were the reporter, you'd be going, watch this. These two things are going to get together and it's going to blow up. How do you know that? Because that's the pattern. That's how that operates. It's always how it operates. Joe Dispenza says your personal reality determines your personal reality determines your personality, or your personality determines your personal reality. Are you a sender or a receiver? And when you are in this signal, it is effortless to be the sender and to be receiving from the source. It's when we start tuning in and going, well, now I got to receive from them and I got to receive from them. And oh my God, it's exhausting. Every one of your clients come in, they have a personality. I got to receive from them. I got to receive from them. It's time for Heather to be Heather. And no matter what radio comes through that door, they will be retuned to the Heather frequency long enough so that when their signal starts to fade, they're back in your home, in your vibration, to be retuned. None of the stuff in your house works unless you use it. You could give me the Noble Gas and I could turn it on. Oh, the things are humming up. They got boop, and I just go boo 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 whoopie doo boo whoopie doo boo doo boo. Everything in your home works because you know how to use its signal. People can't get an email list because they don't know how to use the signal. You sit from your infinite source. You sit from your infinite source. Creating an email list is easy. Creating lead magnets are easy because your source will guide you and minimize the learning process. Oh my God, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. Of course I'll believe it. You finally stepped into your signal. You have to believe it. I believe it. Don't tell me I won't believe it. You got to convince yourself you believe it. Isn't this fun? This is signal.
It's so much fun.
This is signal work.
It's so much fun. And I love that you're tapping on the lead magnet and the email list, because these are all things that I have talked myself
No, really?
into believing that they're too hard, too difficult.
Well, they are for the person who doesn't have a signal.
Sure.
Because if you have a signal, you have to have a lead magnet. You have a responsibility to somebody out there who's going, oh my God, you saved my life. Well, I didn't save your life. Yeah, you did. Now, they did the saving for themselves, but you were the signal that said, here's the thing. When somebody says you saved my life, this is a Maslow moment. Be independent of the good opinion of other people. When somebody says you saved my life, you fixed my life, your signal was strong enough for them to love themselves to do their own repair, and they blame it on you. Outstanding. Yeah. Blame me all you want. I'll be here next Tuesday. Blame me some more.
Yeah. And it's funny that you bring that up.
No, really?
No. I've heard that so many times. You saved my life. You've changed my life. You saved my wife. You changed our life because her health is restored. And how easily I forget that.
How many other husbands are waiting for their wife to find you? Mm,
I don't know.
that put a little pressure on, huh? There's husbands waking up this morning saying, I can't live without her.
And I can't live with her like this.
And I don't know what to do. Imagine if your signal was strong enough that they bumped into you. They bumped into your frequency. An email, a video, a friend of a friend. How many of your clients came through a friend of a friend?
Oh, many. Many.
That's because your signal was strong enough. In marketing, you've heard me use this term, give people a reason to brag about you. Right?
Yeah.
Give them a reason to share your signal. See, that doesn't make sense. It does in this conversation. But if I hey, listen, the only reason people do business with you is so they can brag about you. What do most people like to brag about? Negative stuff. Do something wrong, they'll tell 10. Do something right, they might tell 1. They are not wired to transfer powerful signals. You access your signal without any effort. It becomes wildly powerful because, again, you are of a highly energetic nature. Imagine if the thing you tune for clouds, you tune for your signal to go out into the universe. Wait, what? It's simply tuning it to a vibration.
Yeah.
Imagine if you did that today, what would happen?
Well, we're going to find out, Sean.
Aren't we?
We're going to find out.
Now, how much effort is involved in what you're thinking about? How much effort is involved? There's action involved. There's burning of calories involved, but how much effort?
No, when you put it like that, no, there's no effort. There's action. Yes. There's no.
Why do they always say, if you do what you love, you'll never work another day in your life? Oh, you will be more busy. You will be more efforting. You will be more energying, bettering, but there'll be no effort. You'll be doing more, acting more, working harder, sweating harder. It'll be effortless. Like lifting a bus off of your child. I don't know how many moms we hear about lifting cars or lifting things, and there's no way in hell they could ever lift it. They did it with effortlessness. They were acting in their signal. You literally can move mountains with your signal. Not climb them. Climb them is efforting. Climbing is not paying attention to your signal. Moving them, effortless. Email, I got to climb it. No, there's no more climbing. These aren't the droids you're looking for. These aren't the challenges you need.
I like that.
And whenever the effort comes back, you're not tuned into your signal. That's why breathing, breath, when we understand why breath, taking a breath, it's something that happens unconsciously. When we say, I am going to take a breath, right now, if you decided, if every one of you listening said, you have said to your brain, I have to be in a safe space. If I am going to breathe in, if I'm going to create a respiration where I can be focused and breathe in and fill my lungs up, I have to be in a safe space. And if you did it 2 or 3 times or 4 times or 5 times or for 10 minutes, your parasympathetic nervous system calms, your sympathetic nervous system calms, and all of a sudden you have the ability to access the higher functions of your brain simply from breathing. That's why every meditation starts with, let's begin with a breath. because it accesses your conscious mind to access the infinite mind. Or when I go to meditate, my brain just goes crazy. You're not breathing. I can promise you, if your brain is running off helter skelter, you are not focused on your breath. Breathe. I tried that. Okay. Okay. My mentor would say, "You're right. I'm rich. Let's move on."
This has been a great conversation, Sean. Thank you.
Thank you for asking,
Thank
because
you.
it's allowed me a way to, because I speak in images, right? All of this is scientific. All of this is awareness. Well, get centered. That would have been the whole thing. Just get centered. Breathe and get centered. Okay. Our brain wants to know how this all works. And when we wind up knowing what we already knew, there's a fear, because what we already know is the tip of the iceberg of what we already know. And we have to give up a lot of what we think we know to access what's already existing.
It's a lot of remembering.
It's a lot of remembering until we remember the one thing.
Yeah. Oh, I am excited to live in my signal.
Yeah, isn't that neat? That feels better than center. I mean, again, this is coming to me, and I'm playing back and forth with a variety of things and a couple of people that I interact with, and then this level of awareness and creativity allowing AI to give me insights. Yeah, it's when you operate from your signal, and the reason is if you can tell the difference, if you can tell the direction a sound is coming from. Do you realize sound is moving 2,000 feet per second? That's pretty freaking fast. And there's only 6 inches difference between most people's heads. Within 6 inches, the millisecond of the amount of time that the sound went from one ear to the other ear, going around your head, you're able to tell the direction from where something is coming, where the signal is coming from. We are tuned to this. This is why the neuro squared harmonics, the left ear, right ear, when people start to listen, it's like, oh my God, there's just so much going on. That's why it's softly brought into you. There's a frequency for the left ear. There's a frequency for the right ear. It's called pure harmonics, and that's what's called binaural beats. And there's elevations of the harmonics. There's usually 10 to 15 milliseconds is the delay between. That's what causes the binaural 2 beats. And in the neuroharmonics, there's perfect harmonies that are at different levels for different frequencies. So whether it's 435 or 786, there's still that variation, whether it's 10 or 15. That's how tuned this is to the harmonics of what we're looking to access, vibratorily speaking, so that your brain is already at that level of vibration, so you don't have to work to get there. And then the binaural beats cause it to be listening left and right while you still have a main focus of what you're doing. And the neural squared harmonics allow it to sink in, and the brain to actually, through the corpus callosum, that little nerve bundle between left hemisphere and right hemisphere, to start to get into sync. That's not going to require you 15 years of intense meditation, that it causes monks to be able to put their body into a state of awareness. So there's a little bit of science behind it.
That's beautiful.
So,
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
excited.
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun work, because here's the thing about signal. Taking the layers off. Oh my God. And so the way my brain goes, definitely spiral when I'm having conversations with Nessie, right? That's what I call her, Nessie from Ness. I said, Nessie, I'm going to have a spiral moment here. She says, all right, I'm buckled in. She knows it's going like, wow, okay. Now that we're here, let's go do this, this, and this, and this. And we get it. So Yeah, there's definitely a mind map I need to keep track of all of this because it's continually expanding, and it's expanding so that the core is stronger. So, yeah, that's neuro squared harmonics inside of the Nest program, which again, that's just audio. Now imagine the neuro squared harmonics while doing an EFT. Neuro squared harmonics doing an EFT while doing a chakra centering. Talk about overwhelming
yes,
overwhelming the old story.
I could see how that might make someone throw up.
It and that's why it has to be. This is why this is a. You can't go listen to level 7 on day 1 because your body goes into hyper defense mode.
Yeah.
And literally, which is what I've been known to create sometimes, and my desire to want to see people succeed faster than they want to succeed. Yeah, their body literally gets constipated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yep.
purges.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. What'd you learn? What'd you like?
Oh.
One thing you learned.
Okay, I need to pick one.
Well, which one shows up? Which one is activating the signal? Which one is triggering you your most fun vibration?
Infinity standing over here to the side with their arms crossed going and what I liked is that comfortable feeling of being in that signal.
Because in that signal, you're at your perfect body weight. In that signal, you're at your perfect tone. In that signal, you're at your perfect relationship. In that signal, you're in your perfect environment.
Yeah.
We're not meant. There's the old American Indian proverb: no two branches are ever foolish enough to fight amongst themselves for the sun. It's effortless.
We make things a lot harder than they have to be, don't we?
And if the thinking starts, say, what would it mean to just be in this moment? What's the awareness of this moment teaching me? It's so fun. As I continue to work on it, some of the little baby sheep who weren't all about getting snuggles and kisses, Axel is the one that was most unique. He now comes over, sits down in the picture of him that's on my wall or my Facebook background, whatever the main page is, whatever that's called. He's laying at my feet. I'm like, yeah, that's cool when they come and sit down.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for your question. And we come back to the center. Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with you. Good morning, AJ.
Hey, good morning. I just want to, hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy. The scam season is on. Look at this guy. I just wanted to make an accountability report.
Yep.
And say that I've been thinking about our session from, I think it was 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Can't remember. And I'm doing the work. I'm making myself do the work. And The funny thing about it is, you talked about belief with Heather, and funny how as it's literally a cycle the way I see it is I don't have the belief. I think I can't do it, or I'm too lazy to do it, or whatever. I make myself do it once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, and each time I'm quote unquote make myself do it, it gets easier because I see evidence that I was able to do it, and my belief grows, which in return makes me want to do it actually. So I don't have to do it, I get to do it. And talking about cooking, I actually think I'm starting to love it. Cooking making meals for myself, cooking for myself at home, and ditching the DoorDash kind of arrangement. So I want to thank you guys for today's masterclass. It was great, and I want to just make myself accountable there. Don't you just love when she blesses us like this
Mhm.
from time to time? I think we need that more often. We want that more often. So, thank you
Well,
both.
here's an upgrade. So this came in with DoorDash. You ready for the upgrade?
Yes, sir.
What if so? On average, the person that brings you the food, male or female?
Male most of the
Okay.
time.
So now that he's not coming to see you and not getting your tip, there's a part of you that's like, "Ugh." You realize that he may now find a relationship that'll last him a lifetime because he's not coming to your door.
Hope so. Maybe he
Well,
does.
Just you put it out in the universe. But there's a part of you that needed that recognition, the ability to give the tip, do this, just give the money someplace else. Give it to the checkout person when you're checking out and buying your groceries. Hey, listen, thanks for being my DoorDash today, and watch him go, what?
Uh,
So that shift, that energy you're feeling now is because there's a part of you that wants to give. There's a part of you that wants to do this. There's a part of you that we all have ego, right? It's neat for you. The person that comes, if they come regularly, oh my gosh, here's your thing. I got your blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's for AJ, blah, blah, blah. They have a story and now they don't have that story. Allow them a chance to have a better story. That's your signal. Just throwing it out there.
I love that. Actually, I had a conversation yesterday with the female owner. So what she did is she finally, for the love of God, finally she used the spa thing I bought her like 6 weeks ago. It's like a month and a half ago. And she used it the other day. And funny how she remembers. So when I gave it to her, it was May 1st. It was like 6 weeks ago. And the only thing I told her was what you told me to ask her, which was to just let me know that she had a good time when she actually uses it. And I told her that like 6 weeks ago. Yesterday she calls me and she's like, "Hey, listen, I just used the voucher. I was just at the spa. It was great. It was the best time ever. I really needed that day off." And I said, "I know you do. You work very hard. You deserve it." And she hung up, and I was just sitting there. I was thinking, man, this is really what it's all about. For you to have the power to be in a position to change someone's life even for a day, and make someone's day even for a couple of hours or whatever. And I was just great. It was just such a really wholesome moment. I was kind of levitating out there. I was just like kind of sitting there in the restaurant. I was kind of levitating a bit, barely off of the chair. But it was great.
So now pay attention to this. That piece of paper, right? Because that's what it was, a piece of paper, a coupon, a certificate, whatever it is, had enough energy in it to last for 6 weeks. And that piece of paper converted into a day of rest for some. That piece of paper gave her access to a story she hasn't had, in a while, if ever. And then she got to call you and thank you. So could you imagine if a piece of paper with that much energy in it was handed out every day? Not for a spa, not that it cost you money, that it was a text to your friends, a thank you note. That energy might last for a day, might last for 2 days. This lasted because it had value, lasted for six weeks. And then you got more back, you got paid twice. Once when you gave it, once when they received it. And you felt even more betterer when they received what you gave them. Because she received the paper, but she didn't receive the gift. All too often, we want people to receive the thing we offer. They never receive the gift. She finally got to experience AJ through a spa. She normally receives you as a customer, where she has to give. Now she got to be the customer, which is odd, and you got to be the one who gave. And then she had to do the uncomfortable thing, which is call you. She would never call you. Who has she ever called to say thanks for the spa? That is so out of the ordinary. That's because you asked her to tune her signal to receiving.
Bonus.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's great stuff. It's awesome stuff. And I had nothing to do with it. And guess what? We all get to receive it too, because we could see you getting excited that she called you, and we all get the benefit. This is like, we didn't even get the spot, and we love watching you tell the story. Because we got to experience your gift. It's so, I mean, this is all signal. So I love it.
It was accumulating actually, because the
Yeah,
other night,
and that's the thing about sound. Sound is accumulative. Sound compounds. You have something that's 30 decibels and something that's 30 decibels. It doesn't stay at 30 decibels. It increases in sound. It increases its frequency. So you start to get people in giving, right? This is why they have prayer circles and meditative circles, because that power grows significantly. So love it. Thank you for sharing the story.
thank you.
How's the leg? How's the healing?
I'm actually just doing therapy right now. I'm just with my Lamport here doing therapy, and it's great. What's
Cool.
going on?
Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, my misfits. Oh. Body's recalibrating. Oh, that's a lot of energy flowing through there. Love it, love it, love it. I hope you all have an incredible. I think we're going to do it tomorrow. Actually, yes, let's do it tomorrow, 8 a.m. My time. We will do a Saturday, and I'll have a training prepared, but I do really want to work on your $1,000 for next week. So come to me with where you need to tune your signal to, whether it's, let's go build a landing page for you. Let's go do some signal work for you to be able to transfer your signal out. I don't want to have more keep going in. I want you to have some things going out. So if tomorrow we go into Kit and build a landing page, whatever, or do whatever, just tell me, what is it that you want? And some of you have access in the mastermind chat. Tell me what it is you would like to work on tomorrow, and let me help put that together. So landing page. Okay, so we'll do a landing page inside of the kit, which I was playing with. I'm like, oh my God, this is so simple. It's so cool. So love you tons. All right, everybody, I'm gonna have brain training. Let's go build a landing page tomorrow, Misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
At the next event, at the next signal meeting. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Buddha,
Pura vida.
Vida, we love you, Mark, and some Lydia.
peace be with
Peace
us.
be with us.
Peace be with us all. The queen of helping you tune into your signal, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss,
Boss.
Bosley, we love you, girl. All right, everybody, a little white fluffy.
gurgly.
Gurgly,
That's a fun
gurgly.
signal. Gurgly. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow morning. landing page in hand, have your computer up and running, and you can create yours as well. And we'll do some sharing of pages or whatever we need to do so that you can make sure that by tomorrow morning at the end, you've got a landing page that's going out to your audience. Love you tons. Bye for now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
Thank you guys.
Love you all.
For now.